Hey guys, I know I don't have any makeup on today, sorry. I wanted to kind of run through what I've been doing lately for my face routine and do a get ready with me with you guys and show off my new sweater. I made this, I'm so proud of it. It is one of my fastest sweaters I've ever knit. I knit it in 4 freaking days, and I know that's sad. That means I have no life. It just shows you that that's all I do is knit. I take it everywhere with me, but could be a worse habit. I know this foundation is slightly too dark for me. I got it in an Ipsy bag and actually really like how it works, so I've been using it and kind of blending it down my neck a little bit. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. I don't know if that got in focus or not. I really like it. It lasts a long time and makes my skin look really good. I already did prime with the Clean Slate Poreless by Tarte, which I got from one of my friends, which I believe she got it in her Ipsy bag. I freaking love the combination together. When I was using my normal primer with this foundation, it didn't really last very long, but in combination with the same brand primer, it actually works really good and lasts all day. And for me, that's pretty good because I have an oily T-zone, so normally foundation likes to come off a little bit. I like it. It's lightweight, it's not like full coverage, but it's nice for when it's kind of getting warmer outside. So I'm using the Y6 brush, which they apparently aren't, I know it's disgusting, sorry. They apparently aren't selling it anymore. They have like a M6 or M something, I don't know. Laura Lee will tell you. So I'm just adding a little bit under my eyes. I stopped using concealer underneath my eyes because I noticed that like it was making my eyes really creasy underneath, and I don't need to look any older than I already look. Set my foundation with a translucent powder, and lately I've been using the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder, and I really like this setting powder. I highly recommend it. So yesterday I got my Morphe James Charles palette in the mail. I was so happy because usually our mail doesn't come until like 4 o'clock. And for some reason yesterday it came at 9 a.m. So that was super cool. Hazards of having animals. You get hair in your face. It's really annoying. So for blush, I'm going to be using this Sigma Cordarosa. Can't talk. What's new? And just going with a blush brush, sweeping that in. I like to go heavy on blush. That's just me. Some people probably think I use way too much blush, and I don't care. The nice thing about makeup is you can do whatever the fuck you want. After blush, I go in with the Hoola bronzer. I know this is not cruelty-free, sadly, but I'm using up everything that I have because I'm not one to waste. I grew up poor as hell when I was younger, and because of that, I am a hoarder. So then I just use my pointed brush and just go along the edge of my nose. And like I said, I know my foundation doesn't match, but I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? For highlight, I really love Champagne Pot by Becca. Oh, guys, I already repaired this highlight once. I will warn you, it is very fragile. It was so perfect, and now it's broken again. It's the only downside. I put just a slight bit on my nose, but nothing crazy, because if I put too much on my nose, when my face starts getting oily, it's a mess. I look like I have extreme shine on my nose, and it's not good. So I just blend that out a little bit more. And now the fun part. So normally I would use my Urban Decay Primer Potion as a eyeshadow base, but apparently the MAC paint pots are better underneath of these. I know these aren't cruelty free, guys, but I have a freaking old ass paint pot that I stirred up, so I'm hoping that it will be creamy enough to use. If not, we're just gonna go with the Potion Primer. We'll see. Honestly, I'm not really caring for it. And it's probably because it's super dried out. Because I don't use the MAC stuff very often anymore. I'm gonna just layer on some eye primer. I swear the eyeshadow potion primer, potion, whatever, you know what I mean. I swear it's the best. So I know it's gonna be a little off because I put the MAC paint pot underneath of the other one. But it's not like I have anywhere to go today except for the grocery store. I'm pretty sure going to Walmart where everyone wears their pajamas and, you know, people of Walmart.com. Not going to impress anybody. Alright, so now the moment we've been waiting for. I have no idea what eye look I want to create today. These colors, oh my god, guys. I had no idea. Like, it's so much better in person. Like, so much better. I'm gonna insert a clip right here of the colors so that hopefully you can try to get an idea. I knew that they were good, but when you see it in person, I highly recommend buying this. Like, I haven't even played with it yet. This is my first impression. So I am gonna go in, I don't even know. What should we do today? I kind of want to do something pinky and bright. I think I'm going to go in with Punch Me and use that as a transition. Just lightly put that in there. And as usual, I'm just gonna do one eye on camera. I'm gonna go in with the same brush into Mary and then lightly sweep that right beneath the other color. It's super pigmented. I barely put my brush in the color and tapped it off really good and impressive. Okay, so I am gonna go in with a little bit smaller brush, the 573. I think I'm gonna go into Love That. Oh my god. Again, I barely put my brush into this color and it is so pigmented. That's so bright. I'm gonna have to like really blend that out. So pretty. Okay, so now I am going to go in with a little bit smaller brush into that really bright pink color and do that right underneath. And I'm gonna keep it low. This is gonna be like bam eyeshadow. I totally did not intend to do that today. Okay, so this side over here, I only use the Urban Decay Potion Primer. And on this side, I use the MAC Paint Pot and the eye primer. And that pink is not wanting to stand out. I'm telling you, the Potion Primer is way better. So I'm gonna take a little brush now and put some concealer to cut the crease. I suck at this, just FYI. So don't judge me too harshly. So the easiest way I've seen, they put the concealer down at the base and then open their eye up so that it shows you exactly where to draw that line to fill in. Dear God, I didn't get enough concealer. That would help. So I'm only going to do it partially over here because I want to do kind of like a half cut crease. I am going to go in with that pink again and pat that onto my eye to set that concealer so it doesn't get all creasy. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush to clean up the edge of that cut crease because I suck. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of Love That on the edge to just blend those two colors together a little bit better. I'm going to go in with the Morphe M506 and just darken up that edge because I didn't do it very evenly. I know this isn't perfect, but I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be. Most of the time with my videos, I just like to show you guys that nobody's perfect, and like most of the videos that you see are so highly edited. Those bitches are way more talented than I am. I'm an amateur. I just like to have fun. So I'm gonna take the color Love That, and I am going to drag that underneath of my eye. I'm gonna take the color Ring Light and pop that on my brow bone. Oh, it's so pretty. Put that on my inner corner. In case you haven't seen in some of my other videos that I've mentioned, after I line my waterline, I like to pack on some black shadow. It sets your waterline and it really makes it stay all day. I just use matte carbon, again, not cruelty free. I use a little angled brush, tap off the excess, and then I pull my eye out a little bit and just pat it onto the waterline. I suck at brows. I'm gonna do my brows off camera because I have nothing to teach you with my brows. Alright, so now that I have a halfway okay brow, at least I have brows now. For eyeliner, I've been using the Sigma gel liner, which actually is really, really good. I feel like for gel liners, there are better ones out there, but this one is pretty decent. It's very pigmented and works great when I use like sparkly shadows and things. I feel like if you wanted to make this look a little bit more dramatic, that you could use ring light instead of, what color was that? I hate these little sheets, by the way. That's the only downside to Morphe palettes. Dear God. Pinkity drinkity. How did I forget that? So instead of that, maybe use ring light or even Sister. I feel like those shimmery pretty shades would have looked really nice in that area, but I was hoping to keep this a little bit matte. So I got this off of QVC because they have payments. You know, I love me some payments. Came with the eyeliner and the brush. It's a little bit more difficult to use gel liner instead of the markers. In my opinion, some people really prefer gel liner. I prefer the pins. They're just so much faster. You just want to stay as close to the lash line as possible and just use really short strokes. Sometimes when I wake up in the mornings, my hands are super shaky and it's like impossible to line my eyes. So I'm sure they look really pretty on those days, but just do your best. Wings are a little bit more tricky with gel liner, I feel like. I just try to really make sure my brush is coated, and then I use the cap to go like this. See how nasty that is? But I really want to make sure that my brush is super coated, because if you don't have it coated enough, you'll screw it up. So I kind of start a little bit low here. Just draw a line and then pull in. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be one. I have shitty makeup days too, guys. So that's a pretty dramatic wing, but it's a wing, damn it. This is what happens when your wing liner comes out great on one side, but not the other. Oh well. I still am quite happy with how this look turned out. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get ready. I love you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will see you guys next week.